Welcome to another episode of Girl Talk and Chill, the safe space for Black women, hosted by Mese and Autumn.
In this podcast, we kiki and hold a safe space to discuss what it's like to be a millennial Black woman, finding our ultimate circle of friends,
Maintaining our mental health, dating after divorce, and navigating our journey of self-discovery. Let's get into it. Oh,
hey y'all.
what up? What up? What up?
Welcome back, y'all. We got another episode of Girl Talk and Chill. We in this thing. Mies, we in here.
I don't even know who this person is with this Super Bowl champion name. Like,
she's a champion. Okay, I'm stunting on everybody for a good 30 days.
As if the hoodie wasn't enough, she had to make it her name.
Y'all know she I literally told this man who was capping in my DMs about we be going back and forth about football and about the teams. His team didn't even make it into the Super Bowl, so I literally had to tell him, like, if your team didn't make it into the Super Bowl, you're a peasant and you got to stop talking to me.
Be quiet.
Period. I am a champion.
You know, my mama, she's a Cowboys fan, and I shared I shared a status today, and it was like Rihanna's baby made it to the Super Bowl before the Cowboys did. But I am not a football fan. I only tune into the Super Bowl to see the Rihanna show. Like, pretty much the whole reason why everyone gathered yesterday. Everything else didn't matter.
That was the consensus, I know, for a lot of Black women. I was there for the whole, all of it. But I will say, aside from the end when we actually won, Rihanna was absolutely the highlight. From the minute that she dropped from the sky, yes. It was a wrap.
Yes. And she, you know what? Before people was all, is she pregnant? She's pregnant. I really appreciate her little bop she got going on. Like, she is chilling.
She really was
chilling and giving what needed to be gave. I enjoyed it.
But you know what? It really surprised me that so many people were like downing her about the performance and about like, oh, it's dry, it's boring. As a person who has been to a concert of hers when she was not pregnant, that's how she performs. Like, when I seen her on tour, it was not a whole lot of distractions on stage and lights flashing, and I don't know what people were thinking was going to happen, but that was pretty on par for I seen her for the Anti-Tour. That was pretty much, she came from the sky and was riding and floating around during that tour. So it was normal Rihanna to me. I was not upset.
I think people probably definitely wanted her to wind more, bring the whole Caribbean out. But I've never seen her in concert. And so I really didn't have any expectations. I just wanted to see her. So I wasn't disappointed at all. Like, whatever she did, if she would have got up there and gave a makeup class, like, I would have been here for it.
I would have been tuned in. Okay.
If she said do what? I would have been here for it. But I think a lot of people, you know, of course, since it was a Super Bowl, are used to more jazzy, more, I can't even think of the word, more excitement, more action. And I was cool. Like, I knew all of the songs, which was a lot for me, because a lot of the time Super Bowl performers and I don't be knowing about them.
Yeah, I think it was one year when Beyonce performed. Did she have Bruno Mars and she had Maroon 5?
I think so.
And I can guarantee you there's a large percentage of people that know Beyonce's music do not know Maroon 5's music. Like, yeah, it's not really giving like crossover audience. So yeah, if people was like, oh, you know, she should have brought out a guest. Most people bring out a guest. This woman ain't been on stage in 7 years. Okay. She said, you're getting me and me alone. You ain't seen me on this stage in 7 years. What more could you possibly want?
And don't ask me to come back out.
Do not. It's over. It's over for everybody. I gave you 13 minutes of my goddamn life. You better be thankful. You better be thankful.
Listen, I was just like, look, man, y'all drag Rihanna for Lift Me Up. And like before she could even finish her performance, everybody wanted to know was she pregnant. And I was just like, I really hope she is. Because if she is not, we will never see her again. Like she won't even grace us on Instagram anymore. We not gonna see the next baby. She's gonna be dead to everybody and be chilling with ASAP, her babies, and her billions. Like,
Period.
and
She
so I'm
gonna
so
do a
excited.
billionaire ghost on us, and y'all did it. But the one thing I will say, regardless, she gonna get her coins because you're showing up. Y'all want to come over here and talk about her and drag her or question her, but you're gonna show up. If she disappears for 2 years and then pop out and like with another Fenty show, guess who's gonna be on Amazon Prime
Yep.
watching the Fenty show? All of us. We're all gonna be there.
Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed, and I hope that she will grace us again someday in the future. Maybe far from now, maybe not ever, but I'm holding out hope. Holding out hope.
I could tell that she enjoyed being back on stage. Like this
Yeah.
was literally not like a, oh, I need to get my coins up type of thing. I got new music dropping, so I got to remind people. Obviously not. Them vocals were so pristine. You could tell that she has not hit no, she hasn't been overutilizing her vocals at all. They were so pure, so unstressed. She was just magnetic. Oh my gosh. I stand Rihanna Navy for life. I need to get a tattoo for life. That was too
Whoa.
much.
Maybe really really back in because Rihanna don't know you.
She doesn't. That is true. That is true. Okay. I need to calm down because I seriously considered getting a Chiefs tattoo this morning. Also, I woke up on 10 this morning. Like, I know it's a lot. All right.
Maybe we should unpack that like one. I don't think we have enough time to unpack it today, but one of these days we need to talk about.
We'll save it. We'll save it.
Whoa. All right. So our topic for today is dating after divorce.
Mm.
Uh, it could be litty, it could be shitty.
It can go either way. It can go either way these days.
Okay. So do you know like who what your first date was after your divorce?
My first date after my divorce, I don't remember like how long after my divorce that it was, but I do remember my first date after my divorce, and it was the craziest thing. So we met at a brunch. He spotted me. I was out having brunch with my homegirl, with my mom and my sister. I say my homegirls, but they is my homegirls.
Gang gang.
Uh, we out having brunch. Everybody's dressed up real cute. We was doing like this TikTok challenge. This video that we made. It was super cute. Everybody had on an outfit from a black designer. We was just being black and bad, and he spots me and just walks up to me, starts engaging, having conversation. He was literally the definition of tall, dark, and handsome, and he was African, so he got an accent. Like it
Mm,
was giving melt. Okay, so we start chopping it up. We're texting, having great conversation. He's very smart, very engaging. So when he asked me out, I was like, oh, absolutely. Like this is gonna be great. We go on the date, and I picked the restaurant, and then I ended up going to the wrong restaurant. How does that happen? I do not know. Texas is a very big place, and there's so many things. So he's at one restaurant, I'm at another restaurant. Instead of making me drive to him, he comes and he meets me where I'm at. So we're talking, we're sitting across from each other. I mean, conversation is just flowing. He's giving great compliments. We're just like really in sync, and we're just vibing. So then the end of the day comes. We're walking around the little plaza space that we're in. You know, he's being affectionate. He starts holding my hand, being very just gentlemanly. Like, I was like, oh, this is a vibe. I love it. So then we get ready to part ways. He walks me to my car and immediately just lunges at me and starts like putting his face on my face and like making out with me and like trying to, it was a lot going on, and I was stunned that this was happening because the whole time that we were having dinner, he never made physical contact with me. There was no type of like, a lot of niggas be real perverted with their conversation.
Yeah.
They want to make sexual comments. None of that. When we're texting, none of that. Most that he would do was give me compliments on like how beautiful that he thought that I was, but never said anything about my body, never said anything alluding to sex. We get to the car and he's just like all over me. And I'm like, bruh, what happened to the personal space? We were doing so good. We were doing like top notch. I'm like, wow, dating after divorce is going to be like excellent. This is going to be so easy. It was not. Okay? It was not. I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. I had to get the hell out of there.
That's a lot.
It
Like,
was
he just took it way too far too soon.
way. And I tried to give him so many other, chances. Like, even after that, I was like, okay, we talked about it. And I told him, like, that's not the vibe. That's not the way that things go. That is definitely not how you make me feel comfortable. And
Yeah.
he understood. We went out again. Great, great second date. Perfect gentleman. Great conversation. We went to a vegan restaurant. He tried the food that I liked because he's not vegan. Got to know each other a lot more. And he walked me to my car. Exact same thing happened. I was like,
You tried.
I did. I put in a lot of effort. I really did. So it was not giving. Um so hopefully your first date after divorce was better than mine.
So my first date after divorce, I had moved to Maryland and I think I posted something about the traffic was different out here or whatever. And a guy I went to high school with actually reached out to me and was like, hey, when did you move out here? This and that. He lived in Virginia. And everything out here, DC, Maryland, Virginia is all super close. So when I moved here, I was staying with my mama, so he could not come to my house. He could not come stay the night. So he invited me down. He was very successful. I mean, he had this huge house. It was just him, single, no kids, or divorced, no kids. Because once you divorce, you never single again. um, but yeah, so he treated me to a good time. It wasn't really supposed to be a date though. Like we were just linking up because girl, I had just moved here, traumatized, like going through it, trying to adjust to being, single mom or whatever.
Okay.
I was not interested in anybody or wanting to get to know anybody like that. It was okay, we can kick it or whatever. But with him, I was just like, okay, we had messed around before. Like, I did like him in high school. We messed around after high school, but I was not planning to do that. So when he invited me down, to me, it was like friends linking up or whatever. And so yeah, like he showed me his area. We went to the beach, like was walking on the beach at night, just like talking, vibing. The man was cooking for me, which is a love language. Okay. Took me out, like it wasn't the type of, because nowadays dudes will try to get you to their house so they don't gotta take no. Like I stayed the night there. I think I stayed the whole weekend. I might have just stayed the night. Either way, the man was taking me out and he was cooking for me at his house, both ways. So I was okay, like because people on the internet, this is only on the internet. People will try to make it seem like if you are a single mom, ain't nobody checking for you, don't nobody want you, you ain't gonna never find nobody else. and it is the total opposite. Like the last time I'm talking to somebody with kids now, but like the last time I talked to somebody with kids before him was my ex-husband when I ain't have no kids, and my daughter is 10. She'll be 10 next month. Like since we split, it's people niggas ain't got no kids. Ain't. So for me, it was like, oh, okay, like this is cool, this is familiar, somebody I'm cool with.
Mm-hmm.
But also you can absolutely pull people with kids. Like it was just a real eye opener moment for me because I'm telling you, I was just like, man, like I'm going to DC. Ain't nobody, girl, bye, bye.
Okay, period. Bye. These men are going to love you no matter what you come with.
Okay, okay. So yeah, it was good vibes. Definitely, that was weird. Some what you had going on, some men filling you up. I'm sorry, right?
It's traumatizing. Like my mom and my sister, when I first became single after my divorce, they literally used to just live vicariously through my dating trauma stories because it was one crazy situation after the next. Day I would go on dates and they would be like, okay, yeah, so what happened, what was this guy like? It was always something was always off. I was not attracting normal situations. It'd be one extreme to the next, like all type of crazy things. I had one guy tell me that he owned a restaurant that I love to frequent in Dallas, and I don't talk to him no more. I done blocked him on all social medias, and I still pull up at the restaurant because that vegan chicken is fire as fuck. I do not care. I do not care. And sometimes when I go in there and he see me, he know he can't contact me, and he'll still give me shit for free.
Hey, men, I don't want to say that, but they like that.
They do.
They like it. They like it. So, sir, if you like it, I love it. I definitely want to eat for free as much as possible.
I have no beef, no problem with it. But whenever we were going out, he would tell me, he would hit me up like late at night and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna send my driver to come and pick you up so that we can go get massages, or we could go to a spa and like get our get pedicures and stuff." And because he was really into that, and I'm like, by the time your driver gets here, it's gonna be like 10:30, and by driver, nigga, you talking about an Uber? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. And no, you cannot have my address. I'm good on you, sir.
Cut it out, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
He was a widower, I think is what they call the men whose wife has passed.
Mm.
He told me that his wife had died maybe like 6 to 8 months ago. And because my sister is an FBI agent, she found out his wife had died like 2 months ago.
Sir.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Like I said, I had crazy scenarios. So
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of my craziest story, like, but I can't think of anything on that magnitude. There's one time I went on a first date and I thought the dude was gay, but like even that, like that wasn't really weird. I don't
no,
know.
he could just be finding himself.
Yeah, yeah. It was sad though because oh my god, he was so fine in his picture. Like I could not wait to meet him. He looked tall. He had muscles. His muscles was pop. I was like, okay. We were texting. I won't say we was vibing, but like conversation was okay. And so when we finally like went to meet up, I'm sitting at the table. He walks up, and I'm just like, "You got some real good angles in your camera."
You're
Like
kidding me. I'm appalled. You
I'm like,
got catfished?
I would say I got catfished because he did resemble himself, but himself in person, I would have never noticed him. Himself on the app, I would have been like, "Girl, did you just see?"
Mm.
And so I was very disappointed. I mean, he was actually an Aries. And so I've never talked to another Aries. So I was looking forward. I was really looking forward to like meeting him, seeing what the vibe would be like. And I was just like, yeah, this ain't it. This,
It's not the vibe you was looking for.
mm-mm.
Well, damn it. Unfortunately, that
Yeah. I will say, like, when people say men be lying about their height, I never really noticed, or I don't know. We talked about how I got married young and I was just with that man for forever. But coming back in the dating game, sir, on the dating app, it said you were 5'10". We're standing eye to eye. And I'm 5'6" on a good day. Like,
do you have a height requirement when dating?
I don't. Um, well, I guess I do. You can't be shorter than me.
And you said you're 5'6" on a good
Yeah.
day?
Yeah. So, like, I at least want to be able to just like a little bit. Look,
You want to be able to do what?
I can't. No, I can't do that. Hey, can you? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I know you like tall men.
I have to. That I definitely have to have a height requirement because I've been called a stallion. I've been called an Amazon. Like I'm 5'9.5", and they're
I
like,
was gonna say, how tall are you?
5'9.5", which I'm thinking is like normal average height. And they're literally everybody from my mom and my sisters to a couple of the men that I've talked to, they're like, that is not average height for
It's
a
not.
woman. I've they're like, we've been around a lot of women and you're towering over all of them. I had no idea. But then I found out that Meg the Stallion, she's 5'10".
Mm,
So
that makes
yeah.
sense.
So I definitely have height requirement. I need a 6 foot zaddy, 6 foot and up. That's just the way that things have got to go. And I absolutely know when you niggas be lying. I know y'all be lying, and I can tell immediately. I don't wear
Really?
heels all the time, but occasionally I want to put on a
Yeah.
little sultry heel. Not with you, I can't. Not with you.
Yeah. I don't. I'm probably gonna have to have a conversation about this later. However, I definitely like if I'm talking to somebody, if I'm talking to somebody that we're either the same height or he, okay, well it ain't gonna be he's shorter than me because I just said I don't do that. But I won't wear heels because then you're gonna be shorter than me. It's gonna be weird. Like I
And
yeah
see, I can't make that kind of sacrifice because some of my outfits require a heel.
yeah.
So you're basically telling me either I cannot wear this outfit ever with you, which is this is only a with my man outfit. So either don't wear it ever or this can't be my man. Like
My man, my man, my man.
my man is my outfit.
Hey, we men absolutely have superficial standards and go for what they go by. Like I'll never forget, like when I hit high school and everybody was hitting puberty, and even shortly after high school, I would always hear, "How you a black girl with no booty?" And like
Happened
I
to my
grew up
girls.
with like voluptuous friends, and even if they weren't like body all curvy, everybody had a booty, and I was just there like I had a complex for a really long time. And so I absolutely don't care. Like I've seen women like dragging the dad bods. I see women dragging, short men or men who are not blessed below the belt. And I don't care because for years y'all terrorized me. How you a black girl with no booty? How you the only one out the group and you ain't thick? Like y'all getting what y'all deserve.
Well, that is a fact. That's wild. And you know what? That's I never noticed. I've never noticed that that's a thing.
Girl, I've grown since then, but I'm still not thick. Like I'm still very much.
Are
And
you
so when
sure,
she,
friend? Are you sure you're not thick?
girl, I've gained like 20 pounds last year, so I'm not thick. I got a little, a little hefty, a little hefty. But yeah, yeah. So they
I
get
don't
on.
know, friend. I think that you heavy in the ass too.
See, and this is the type of people that I like to keep around in my circle that affirm my delusions because maybe if I keep believing it, it will manifest in real time on my body. Only in the booty area. I don't need no thickness nowhere else. I just
Yeah.
need a little wagging.
No, no heavy arms, just heavy ass.
Thank
Okay.
you. I receive it. I receive it.
Period. See, this is how manifestation work. I'ma hype you, and then you're gonna be looking at yourself like, yes, you know what? She was right. I am heavy in the ass. Let me hit these squats so that I can tighten it up.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah. But okay, so dating after divorce. Do you have like requirements that you look for in a partner or
Hmm. So, requirements. Okay. So, I am a person who believes that setting expectations sometimes when dealing with other people, I can set expectations for myself because I have control over myself. But setting expectations for other people and how they are going to, how they always have to show up, I don't think that's a recipe for
yeah,
failure, disappointment, depression, depletion, a lot of negative D's that
yeah.
I don't want. I
That's
don't
the
do
thing
that.
you don't want.
I do not. So I don't have requirements for like, oh, my ultimate dream spouse has to come with this, has to have this, has to do that. I'm very open. I don't know what it is that I need in a partner until it is shown to me. That is up to our higher power source. He's going to lead me, or she, they, if it's a team of them, they're leading me in that. Um, but I do have requirements for things that my partner cannot possess. There are things that are on the just no list that I just do not deal with. And I've learned that from failed relationships. I've learned that from great relationships that still didn't work out. I've learned that from being single and just being with myself. Um, yeah, so I don't have requirements for what he gotta have, but I do have requirements for what he cannot have. What about you?
I think kind of in the same. I mean, there are some things that are important to me, like I would like to talk to somebody who values their spiritual relationship. I don't see that in a lot of men. Um, a lot of them don't even value their mental health. Like, and when I say, value their mental health, just like checking in on themselves or talking to anybody, friend, cousin, somebody. Like they don't tend to take care of themselves very well. And so finding somebody that like is nurturing their spiritual health is very, very hard. Um but I have like created through trial and error, like yourself, a list of don'ts, of never agains, of if you have these, don't breathe my way because I'm disappearing on you. Yeah, what are some of your don'ts?
Let's see. Some of my don'ts, aside from don't be under 6 foot, do not be under 6 foot. I think one of my major don'ts is don't be on your MLK. There's one Martin Luther King Jr., I have a dream in this relationship, and that's me. Okay. I have a dream that I am working towards. I need a man that does not have the wild, free, creative expression and desires that I have. So that's off the list. No dreamers. I need me a nice, stable corporate brother.
When you said no MLKs, I thought you was finna be like no revolutionary activist. I was like, what? I didn't know where you was going during Black History Month, but I feel you 3000%. Like, I don't want to date no artists, no entrepreneurs, no got a dollar in a dream type. Like, I don't want
No.
any of those
Mm.
any more anymore. Like, I found like a lot of times, especially when you start talking about like prioritizing whose dream at what time, I found like a lot of times men be like, okay, well, help take all of your energy that you're currently using to build your thing, come build my thing with me, and then we can get back to whatever you was doing. I'm like, sir, how does any of that make sense to you? How does And I've been, who child, I have been the, let me help you bring your dream to life. Let me help you. And it's you doing all the work.
It
Like,
is.
it's you doing all the work. Like, it's not a compliment to me for a man to be like, I want you to be the CEO of my company. Sir, please go all the way to hell because I know you're trying to make me a slave. Like, that's some cute pip lingo. You're not gonna pip me. Not today.
It's not a thing. It's absolutely, and I feel like at this big grown age that we are all 30 plus, we know that that's not the way that dreams work. Okay, dreams do not work like, okay, I have this dream and then I'm gonna get to this level and then I'll be able to not have a desire and a burning to take it further and to do more. I'll be able to just shut that off and focus
Yeah.
on her dream. That it don't work like that.
Yeah, so first of all, you're lying to me. Like, you're
To my
absolutely
beautiful
lying.
brown face.
And why would you do that? Yeah, oddly enough, I have, and a man actually said this one time. A man one time said that he knew the only way he was going to be able to bring his dreams to life is if he got into a relationship. And at the time, what I can be slow sometimes, right? One plus one did not equal two. So I was just like, that's wild. Basically, what you're telling me is you want the love and support of a good Black woman to mule for you and like be your assistant, be your social media manager, be your brand, whatever. Like, you want, sir, what? What? Yeah, so I don't. I've seen very few men be able to multitask, like having a real job that produces real money and be able to have a side hustle. I didn't really see those types for real until I got to the DMV, because out here, girl, everybody got a podcast, YouTube, books, selling t-shirts.
Okay, period.
It's so expensive. You gotta have five, five side hustles.
Okay, not period.
Like, there's no way you're just working a job out here. So coming out here, I have seen more of like people doing both. But if that's your thing, like your thing is, oh yeah, I'm just hustling trying to get this podcast from 9 to 5. You're hustling trying to, okay, that's what's up. Unmatched.
Mm.
Block.
This is not what I'm looking for. And I don't want people to confuse like my desire to have a stable corporate brother with like, oh, you just want somebody that is going to be strictly here to financially pour into you and support you and you're not contributing in any type of way. That's not even what I'm saying. What I am saying is that I understand the way that I am and the way that this, how deeply rooted this entrepreneurship and this creativity in me is. And I don't think that it is a healthy relationship for there to be two people. I believe in balance. Okay. So I believe, and I believe in definitely supporting his dreams. If you are wanting to climb the corporate ladder and you need me to show up to your networking events and be your arm candy and work the room, You know, I love talking to strangers. You know, I love talking to people. I'm very educated. I can have conversations with people. I can make myself look good, make you look good, put the company on. I can do all of that for you.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a company, a multi-billion-dollar company that you already work for, that has the means to be able to promote you and get you, you know, insurance is taken care of, paid vacations are taken care of. Like once you clock out after 5, you don't have to be thinking about that.
Hmm.
There's never any. Jamise, when's the last time that you clocked out a girl talking shit?
Before I clocked in, ever.
Exactly. Once we punch the clock on this, there ain't no getting out.
Yeah.
Okay. This is literally when we say gang, gang, it's for life. Like we're jumped in and we cannot leave.
Yeah.
So
No, seriously.
I can't have a man that has that same type of, I can't have a partner that has that same type of like just pressure on him, that same type of existence. He got to be corporate, period.
Yeah. Um, I agree. You said, like having two people who are always like there is no balance there. In entrepreneurship, my first attempt at business was back in like 2017. And it was just me by myself. I was ghostwriting books. I was I I was really on. Like I was ghostwriting books. I was managing social media for the authors that I was ghostwriting the books for. I was building little websites, but I was working before work, after work, lunch break at work, in my sleep. Like it was always going, going,
Mm.
going, going, going. And so that's the beginning stages of business, especially if you don't know what you're doing, you'll have no balance. And so like I'm like, I need a partner who, like you said, is can clock out. And I need somebody that it's kind of like a catch 22 because on one end, B Simone, they drug B Simone because she said that she didn't want somebody who was an entrepreneur. And so it's like on one hand, you do want somebody who understands, right? Like your creative mind and like thoughts everywhere and trying to make things happen and can speak life into you when you're doubting. It's like you do want that, but at the same time, it's like I feel like when people are starting out, you're looking for people that can help you, that could pour into you and things like that. And I
Mm.
can't pour into your business and pour into mine. Like I
Yes.
can't. And I'm gonna say it again. Like I typically see for the majority, of course, there's always that pointless person. Well, not all. I typically see that, women like when we nurture, we go all the way in. And so I typically see women bending over backwards, sacrificing their dreams, sacrificing their goals to help out their partner. And it's usually not reciprocated. And I'm just like, I don't have time for that. Entrepreneurship money is very up and down. And it's just for a lot of men that I have met, that I see on the internet, ones that I haven't even met, the money just be down. Like it seems like it don't come up. It seems like it don't come up like years and years and years and years and years. And no shade to anybody, right? Like no shade to anybody. Stick to your goal, stick to your dream or whatever. But if you're struggling, I'm not trying to struggle too.
And that is a major point and aspect of it is, so we hear men all the time talking about how, the accomplished women, men are not worried about, how much money you make. We're not worried about, how many degrees you got. We got that as men and as providers. We got that, so we're not worried about that. Okay, bet, cool, because that's not what I'm offering, and that's not what I'm bringing to the table. Me and my entrepreneurship, we're not bringing our entrepreneurship check to the table.
That was for me, baby.
That was for me. So I'm glad that you're not asking about it, and I'm glad that you're not worried about it, because that was all for me and my legacy, building my wealth. What you're asking for is for my femininity. What you're
Yeah.
asking for is the other side of my nurturing. When I'm not nurturing the brand and nurturing the business, you want me to be nurturing you. You want me to make your house a home. I can
Mhm.
absolutely do that. So I'm glad that you're not worried about what me and my entrepreneurial aspects have going on over here, because that ain't got shit to do with you. That ain't got shit to do with
Yeah.
you. I'm here to upkeep your mental health. I'm here to, do what I can to support you, to help you to stay confident, to assure you in our relationship, to build, love between us. I'm not here to grow your bank account.
Absolutely not. And absolutely not. And there are men, it's so crazy. Like that's why I'm glad, that I live in the real world. Because if you just look online, you'll think that there are men out there that those type of men don't exist. Like there are absolutely men who pride themselves on being able to handle all the financial responsibilities. Like I'm taking care of everything. I got it. And my woman, like she's working on this business or she has this idea. I invested this much money into her business, or like she wants this certification. I paid for her to get it, etc. Like
Mm-hmm.
them niggas exist. So I don't know. Just for me, like absolutely, you know, no starving artists. And like again at this big age, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling any woman not to do that. Y'all ain't gonna listen no way. Y'all gonna do what y'all want. But there is somebody for the starving artist. I'm about to be 33 years old. Like I don't have no food for you. Like the food I have is for me and for my kids. So you got to be bringing food. I can't take away. And that's another thing. Look, I keep seeing women work hard, get notoriety, money, like respect among other like entrepreneurs or whatever, like in their
Mm-hmm.
circle. And as soon as we get some resources, oh, let me help. How about you keep growing that and replenishing it for
Keep,
yourself?
yes,
And how about
keep
you
on
find
building that.
somebody that wants to add to it? Like that's what men like to do. Men like to do that. I for the longest time, I really thought, I need to be doing this with a man and I need to be doing that. And I want to feel like, and then I started dating after divorce and started meeting like a whole bunch of different type of men. It was like, you good, chill.
Yes.
Good. You know what I'm saying? And like, no shade to my ex-husband. Like in the prior episode, we talked about how we were young dating and he absolutely did handle business. He did what he needed to do. But I still had this mentality of just like, I don't know. It was a me issue of feeling like I needed to do certain things to be contributing or whatever. Blah 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 blah. But like the tables absolutely flip. Like, let me cook for you. Let me do this. Let me well, go ahead then. I just need to show up. What I need to bring? Just me? Oh, I love it.
What do the affirmations say? You are enough.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Like I have found, since dating after, divorce, like the men that be asking for all of that, they made the ones you want.
No.
not those are not the ones you want.
Though they're usually the ones they're asking for something that they can't give themselves.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm looking for you to add that to my life because I can't sustain that on my own. And one of the guys that I have been talking to the most recently, we were having a conversation about dating, and he is of the mindset very much to what Cardi B said: broke boys don't deserve no pussy.
I know that's
So,
right. I couldn't help it.
period. So it literally makes no sense for you to be trying to date as a man, even as a woman, if you don't have your priorities together to where you can sustain and take care of yourself. Like if you are not able to have your goals in alignment, why would you want to? Relationships take so much energy. It takes so much like attention to detail. We are now having to care not only about self, but I gotta bring somebody else into this and worry about
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
I can't right now. That's not what we on. If you're not in alignment with self, if you got you together, then absolutely the universe is going to like just bring that to you and draw that in. But I love the fact that he is of that mindset, because he's like, I know that I'm good. I'm good with what I got. Whether you're here or not, I'm gonna be good. But I would love to be able to bring somebody into the fold.
Yeah, girl. I know you have seen. I know you have seen men on the internet talk about how they want a Jay Z and Beyonce type relationship, and I'm like, Jay Z was Jay Z before Beyonce. Like she has helped elevate him, but he already had a whole empire before her. What you're saying is you want me to make the bricks, bring the bricks, put the bricks together, like buy some more material to make more. Like what? You want me to do every? No, you need the foundation built. You need to have done all that yourself, and then I can like pick out some colors for the house. I can
Right.
like
And the whole thing about that, like the oh, I want a Jay-Z and Beyonce relationship, is like he had the Sean Carter mentality. Like he already had the vision and knew where he was going, knew what he wanted. You talking about you want a Jay-Z and Beyonce type of relationship, but you're giving me Blueface right now. And I don't want to be
oh,
here. you're you're talking about you want Jay-Z and Beyonce, but Blueface showed up to the first date, and I don't want to be here
baby, you're not gonna Krishan me.
at all. My teeth are not perfect, but I'm keeping every single one that I got. I'm keeping every single one that I got. Hell no.
Please don't drag us. For the record, I feel very, very sad for her. I hope that she gets what she needs to heal and leave that relationship. But absolutely, absolutely, like a lot of dreamers, a lot of artists, whatever. It's like they don't have a vision. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
I can respect. I may not fool with you, but I can respect a man that's like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is my creative, whatever, whatever. This is where I'm starting at. This is where I hope to get. This is how I plan to get. And you're actively working towards it. Bravo, baby. I'm gonna buy tickets to your show, but I will not be in a relationship with you.
Right, 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 right. And I want you to succeed. I want you to get there. I want, like, I hope that we both see each other at the top.
Yes.
I'm manifesting that for both of us. But struggle love, that was for my 20s. That was mm-mm. I did that already. I'm setting the foundation for myself. You're setting the foundation for yourself. We can come together at that point in time when foundations are set. But as far as building it together, it's gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be a no for me.
An absolute no. And you know what? You said something earlier that made me think of something when you were talking about when you're not like aligned with yourself, you really shouldn't be dating. And I will never forget, there was this guy I was dating out here who was pretty successful. Like he made more money than me. He was a year younger than I was, had his own nice place, no kids, was putting me on game like with different jobs and how to move up and stuff like that. And he had his degree, and was something that I was very insecure about for a long time. Like I've always wanted my degree. I've always just kind of wanted that stamp that I am an official writer. A college told me that I was good enough to have this paper to write. Like that was very, very. I still want to get my degree. I'm just not insecure about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there would be times, like with him, I just felt really insignificant, and it wasn't anything he was doing. It was me. Like I was in school, I was trying to get stuff done. I had, my child work, and it was just a lot. And I would feel slighted about things looking back. It was just like, I don't even know why you took that way. I don't even know like why that hit you how it did. And so when you are insecure, when you're not at peace with yourself with where you are in your journey, you will absolutely create problems out of nothing. Like, ma'am, what are you tripping for? How did this even I know you meant Ma'am, seek
Like,
help.
I didn't even know that piece of information. So I don't know how you thought that I was gonna get there. It is a
Girl.
real problem. It's a real problem. That's a very good point.
Dating after
So
puberty.
I thought of another thing that's on my no list. And this is probably something, since you and I both have a slight affinity for hotep men.
Fix it, Jesus.
I'm trying to give up. I'm trying to give up my way. um, I do not deal with polygamy. It's not on the table. I'm not interested in it. I don't care how many people are going to add to the financial gain and what it's going to do. I don't care. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not interested. It has happened to me so many times. The question, and it starts off with, like, oh, are you curious? Are you interested? Like, the when it comes to the sexual part of it, sexuality, I got no beef and I got no issue. But when you start talking about feelings and emotions and living together and just doing, sharing everything. No, I don't want anything to do with it. That's definitely on the boo, get out of my DMs.
Um, One day I will share how it was not a polygamous relationship, but baby, it was a throuple situationship. So I'm sure that's like way more ghetto. At least there are rules to what you're talking about. But that's absolute no for me. First of all, I'm actually in a Black polygamy group on Facebook. Like, just I was really interested in seeing Black people talk about it because I seen like those sister wives, like white people shows on TV or whatever. But girl, in the groups, it's really been getting taken care of by multiple women.
Girl,
I'm like, this is pimping. Y'all
at
ain't
its
never been
finest.
pimped. And like, yeah, everybody bring their resources. Man, you are supposed to be able to provide for yourself and provide for each woman you add to the situation. First of all, polygamy is just a no for me. Like, how I'm gonna tell my kids, like, oh yeah, this is mommy's boyfriend and his other girl. What?
So much confusion because I know they're going to be asking questions like, okay, so is that your girlfriend also?
Look,
Absolutely
look
not.
now. Oh now,
Absolutely not.
like that's number one. Number two is I am not sharing. Right? Like I'm all for me being open to dating multiple people, but I am not sharing. I don't have time for that. I don't want to deal with no other woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a no. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a no. And I am offended. Like nobody has seriously brought it to me like and I'm thank God because I don't know what I would say back. Like, sorry, what? But I was in a ghetto throuple situationship. But um a no for me. What's a no for me? We already said broke men. No broke men, no dreamers. I know they say like people can be different versions of themselves with multiple people, but baby, if I ever hear through the grapevine a whisper, a note on the bottle in the sea that you were aggressive with any woman,
Oh, hell no.
in any way, shape, or form, and not to say that I was open to it before, but just like it's a hell no. It's
Like
a
now it's on the list. Yeah. That's that for sure. I definitely agree with you on that.
I'm trying to think of what else.
And I mean,
Um,
I don't even want to know that you've yelled at your mama or yelled at your sister, like raised your voice to the women in your family. That, oh,
yeah,
I'm good. I'm good
and I
on
don't
you.
need to know why. I don't need to know why. Oh, that's okay. Well, all right. can head out. I'll head out. You don't got to do anything. I'll leave. Like,
You don't have to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me.
mm-mm. What's another one? I'm trying. The list is long. Um, life
I
experiences
just thought
taught
about
me.
one.
Um, I don't deal with stingy men either. No stingy men. Um, if you have a bad relationship with your mama, I'm gonna have to head out. uh,
Oh, yeah, that was one. With the mom, not I haven't ran into anything that has made me be like, okay, yeah, that's a no for me. Um, and I'm kind of at this. I'm still. I've seen some toxic mothers, so I just am not always, I don't want to blame anybody in that situation, but it's not anything that I've dealt with, so it's not on the list yet. But what is on the list for me, because I am very intentional about dating daddies. You must have a at least cordial relationship with the mother of your children. If you was out here spreading that thing wide and low and you have two baby mamas, three baby mamas, I don't want to hear, oh, I've got a good relationship with one, but the other two, I'm out. Oh, I got a good relationship with two of them, but one of them, I don't want to hear it. I'm out. You got three baby mamas. I need you to have a cordial relationship and be on the same page with everybody.
first of all, if you got three baby mamas, I'm out. Like, I'm out. That means
I
three
like
kids.
my men to be lovers. What do you mean?
I like my men to be lovers, yes, but not so free or juices because it's three different children, three different personalities, three different personalities that come with those. No, I don't.
You're done right immediately.
I
Okay,
already
all
got
right.
two, but absolutely agree. Listen, if you, because some men will like drag their baby mamas to like get cool points. Absolutely not.
It's disgusting.
If your baby mama let you see kids, it's a no. Listen, my father was a very interesting man. He was an alcoholic. He stayed in and out of jail. And you know what he did? That man stayed in court, making sure he had visitation rights. Stayed changing the visitation. Like he probably should not have got visitation rights, but he made sure he had them. So when I hear men now, when I come across people online, I haven't really heard it a lot in person lately. Thank God. Maybe my discernment is getting better with men. But when I hear, my baby mama let me see my kids, first question that I would ask when I used to like just not immediately shut the conversation down was, "Oh man, like have you went to court?" And if the answer is no, uh, you must don't want to see them. Court court filing the paperwork is $60 in most places. You don't got $60, so you probably broke. You probably broke, and it did be. And I don't.
It's all adding up now. It's all adding up.
Not interested. Not not interested. But
And
what I will.
even, oh,
No,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, even me being a person who doesn't have any children, um, it is very important to me that you're not a deadbeat. So if I notice that you're making plans to see me every single weekend, that means on what weekend do you have your children?
Yeah.
Or your one child. Like if you're a deadbeat because now you're like, oh, I got a girl, I gotta impress her, I gotta spend money on her, I gotta do this, take her here, gotta keep active with her. No, that's a big no for me, because that lets me know your priorities are jacked up. And that's something, discernment for me to know in the future, if we were to get serious, like any new shiny thing that pops up is going to have your attention, and all of the core essential things, me, the kids, the house, those things are going to get put to the side because they're not as exciting and thrilling and new. It's nothing for you to chase and adventure after right now. I'm good on you, little daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you're not fooling with what came out of you.
Mm-mm. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, what else? Um,
I also don't like whenever men they think it's flirtatious for them to talk about putting a baby in me and giving me children. I did not go 34 years without getting pregnant just for some random Negro to shoot up the club and me be like, well, damn, I cannot believe that you got me. I can't believe it.
took me out the game.
Right. First of all, you're going on the block list, buddy.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
not
that you
cute.
you don't want me to be successful. You don't care about my well-being. You don't care about my happiness. I see what's going on here.
Mm-mm.
You're out of here.
That's absolutely not cute. Not
You know
no.
how well I know that you know how expensive children are. Like if you wanted to like spend cuz it's going to be you spending that money, not I. If you wanted to spend that kind of money on me, you could have took me to Tahiti. We could have had a great time with that money in Tahiti. But that you want to put it on some you want to put it on some kids?
Mm-mm.
We didn't have to do that.
Mm-mm. Definite no. Um, I don't talk to because I've had like men that I'm Facebook friends with, sliding the DMs or whatever. Baby, if I saw you posting red pill content, Kevin Samuels, women need to, women ain't this, you talking about women's wigs and women's business, I'm not interested. That's an immediate turn off.
Yeah.
Like, no, no.
Yeah. I don't want no members of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Like I don't want that. I've heard people say that they don't want to date men like that have their own podcast and like do what we do. But I feel like we do it from a healing space, like I feel
Yeah,
like it's good energy. So I'm definitely open to men that have something positive and progressive to say, and they're not just using a microphone as their diary when yes, need to be talking to a therapist.
that's number one. You need to be in therapy. Number two, I absolutely me with podcasts, that's a very toxic part of the internet, and it's rarely anything like uplifting or worth listening to. Like, for the most part.
One of the podcasts that I will say that I watch that does a really, really good job, and it is hosted by a man, hosted by a black man, and does a really, really good job of having great conversations with men and women about faith, about hot topics, about mental health and friendships amongst men, is Thinking Out Loud.
But Sam,
Samuel, yes. Sam's podcast. I love when I see them clips pop up. I be like, oh, new episode. Let me
yeah.
get over here. His podcast, I will say, Thinking Out Loud is definitely it's a good think piece for real.
But Sam, like, I was thinking about him too. Like, when I thought of was Truth Be Told, shameless plug. Like, they've talked about like mental health and things like that, and holding your friends accountable as a black man. But then I thought about Sam, but he's like just a positive person all around. Like, he seems to have a very healthy relationship with a beautiful black woman. He prioritizes his family. And so when you are healthy on the inside, that's what's gonna come out. That's
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely thought about that. Yeah, it's funny, like I don't even address the type of things that I don't like, in men or relationships anymore because I don't reside in those places. Like I'll get online and joke. I'll joke with you in the text and on here and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but I'm absolutely a lover girl. I absolutely do appreciate like romantic love and affection and stuff like that. I be making plates and like bringing it to them, like behind closed doors. Can't let the girlies see me going out bad, but no, I absolutely love and respect men. But I absolutely call out BS too. So
Mm-hmm.
there's that. Um, but
I
yeah,
told you that was like one of my well, I think that probably maybe men that have dated me in the past would say is like maybe something that they don't like about me, or it's like a trash trait that I have, is that I absolutely will spend the weekend with you, cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, meet your mama, and then do the same thing for the next nigga the next weekend. Like, but I'm single and dating, and so that's that's what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be able to date multiple people, but I'm getting better about my level of discernment in relationships. Like, I cannot create all of those levels of intimacy with everybody, because some people take that as a marriage proposal, and it's not.
so first of all, leave air signs in 2022. So there's that.
We're trying to do better. We're trying to
Secondly,
do better. But that's why I have my accountability buddy, because
yeah,
she keeps me tethered, my air ass. She keeps me tethered and reminds me like, "Hey, you're going to end up in the back of somebody's trunk if you don't get your ass you
because
don't
sis
get
is
your ass
wilding.
back here."
You wilding. But maybe next time we can talk about intimacy, like the different types of intimacy in relationships. I don't know what we're talking about next time. That just came to mind. Um we're gonna talk about whatever we talk about when we pull up. So don't be upset if that's not what we talk about next week. Because I'm just
But
talking.
if that is what you want us to talk about, leave us a comment. Leave a comment underneath the video and tell us, like, yes, different types of intimacy. I'm curious about that. I want to know y'all's thoughts. Like, I want to chime in on that. If you have something else you want us to talk about that we may or may not talk about, let us know that too.
Let us know. Yeah. But we're gonna sign off. We're gonna sign off. I have
Mm-hmm.
fun. This was a fun episode. Well, I enjoy all of them, but I definitely have fun this one.
This one is more relatable content. Lots of quotes in this episode. I'm
Yeah.
also very curious to know, what are some of you guys' no's, like straight up hell no's in dating, that we did not mention. Because y'all might have something on the list that I've never even thought of. Maybe that
Yeah.
Janice never thought of.
I'm interested too. Let us hear it so I can mark it off my list too.
Okay, do we want to talk about the accountability program before we head
Yes.
out?
So we have more people signing up. I'm so excited. The accountability partner program goes live this Saturday, February 18th. And yes, so first of all, that goal that you've been meaning to get done, the one you're too scared to do, the one that you keep pushing further and further down a list, baby, we see the goal. Like those journals are sad because the goal has been in multiple journals by now. We're knocking them out this year. So we have invited a few ladies to join us for our very first iteration of our new program. It is 6 weeks, and we are going to dedicate time to working on one goal. So, whether that's a book you want to write, whether that's a business plan you need to get down on paper, you need to lose a couple pounds, you want to save some money, we are getting these goals done together in a safe space and holding each other accountable.
Yes. So, in this program, we are going to be providing you guys with a guidebook. So, this is going to have an outline of a couple of different things when it comes to setting realistic goals, showing up as a good accountability partner, as well as being receptive to what your accountability partner is saying to you. I would also like to just really hone in on the fact that the program is 6 weeks. It's only a 6 week program. But if you think that your goal is like a year-long goal, is like a 6 month goal, sign up for the accountability program anyways. I guarantee you it is not going to take you as long as you think to accomplish, or at least get that much further ahead in your goals. we had one of our participants that came to the vision board party that we had, and she was convinced that her goal was going to take her, what did she say, like 6 months, or
Something like that.
it
It
was
was a
like,
while.
it was a while. And we were both like jaws to the floor. And we were like, girl, you can absolutely accomplish that in 6 weeks and maybe even a little bit more. We may be able
Yeah.
to get like started on the next portion, like after you accomplish that. So sometimes you know less about the time frame of your goal. Like you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the goal, and that's why you haven't started on it. Get with the program. Literally, get with the accountability program. Let us match make you with a partner, and let us knock this goal out for the first quarter of 2023. Let us knock it out so we
Yes.
can get to moving forward.
Yes. 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 The link will be in the description box. Also, our Girl Talk and Chill gang gang. The link to our safe space will be in there as well. And yeah, come join us. You obviously rocking with us. You made it to the end of the video. Come
Period.
hang with us. We have a beautiful time. Beautiful black girl vibes. Yes, so hopefully we see you in the group and in the program. And until next time, be blessed. You are loved. We hope you get all the peace, all of your desires. Until next week. When we talk again.
Peace,
Bye.
y'all.